Shalom, everyone. I hope you are all well and in the wonderful and exciting spirit of getting ready for Pesach. I know that when Pesach falls out, when Erev Pesach falls out on Shabbat, that maybe it throws people off. We all have our Erev Pesach routine, which is not quite working out the same way it does normally. But I wanted to point out an advantage of the way it falls out this year. Normally, Erev Pesach is a very, very hectic day. We're all busy down to the wire, and by the time we get to the Seder, we're maybe a little worn out and tired. But this year, because Erev Pesach is Shabbat, we have to be done with all our preparations before Shabbos. We're not allowed to prepare for the Seders, for Pesach on Shabbos. So Shabbos is an opportunity for us to relax and to rest and to spend time with family and to spend some time reading the Haggadah and getting ourselves physically and spiritually ready for the Seder. It's an opportunity for us to enter into the Seder in a much more relaxed atmosphere than may be the case in other years when it falls out in a normal way. So hopefully we'll take advantage of this unique calendar experience. So on the topic of Pesach, I wanted to share with you an idea regarding Pesach that I find very, very meaningful because it asks us to sort of slow down, and this year we can do it, to try to enter into Pesach with an appreciation of one of the spiritual messages of Pesach. So when it comes to Pesach, I'm sure we've all picked up already that there are a lot of stringencies when it comes to the laws of kashrut, specifically regarding to Pesach. Rules that are normally in place regarding what we're allowed to eat and what we're not allowed to eat are not operative when it comes to Chametz. So, for example, even the tiniest amount of Chametz is not allowed in our food, while normally a small amount of non-kosher food or milk that gets into dairy or dairy, milk that gets into meat or meat that gets into dairy can be nullified by 60. When it comes to Pesach, we don't have those rules. So why is that? So one suggested answer is that Chametz represents something. Chametz represents the Yetzer Hara, our inclination, our evil inclination, our tendency towards, let's say, haughtiness, because Chametz, the leaven, it puffs up the bread, and our Yetzer Hara puffs us up and maybe makes us feel a little bit more important than we really are. And so when it comes to Pesach, we're supposed to remove any vestige of the Yetzer Hara, any aspect of that evil inclination from our life, which is a powerful, powerful answer and a real challenge. But it raises a question, what about the rest of the year? Meaning, if Chametz represents the Yetzer Hara, then why am I allowed to ever have it? Why am I only focused on ridding myself of it on Pesach? Am I supposed to let the Yetzer Hara run wild during the rest of the year? So, of course, the answer is no. But Rav Moshe Chaim Luzzatto, the Ramchal, in his Derech Hashem, suggests the following. And I think we're all going to, for obvious reasons, appreciate this analogy. He considers, he doesn't say this specifically, but this is what he's getting at. He considers this practice of ridding ourselves of Chametz, specifically for this short period of time, as a booster shot. Of course, all year long, we're supposed to do our best to overcome our Yetzer Hara. On Pesach, we give ourselves an extra dose of that, a very powerful dose of that, in the hope that it will last throughout the year. He actually suggests that Chametz is specifically related to the aspect of materialism, or too much focus on materialism. And he suggests that by ridding ourselves of Chametz for this period of time, we are making an effort to rid ourselves of our connection to material things. Now, of course, we can't and shouldn't live that way all the time. We should not rid ourselves and empty our lives of material things. That's not what Judaism asks of us. Judaism does not ask of us to give away all of our worldly possessions, but it does expect that we live in measure. And so by ridding ourselves of that which represents connection to materialism, Chametz, for the period of Pesach, it gives us that boost. We rid ourselves of it totally on Pesach and gives ourselves that extra oomph, if you will, to carry out a moderated form of that during the course of the year. And we can apply that really to any character trait. So as we are going to have this whole day tomorrow to contemplate what Pesach means and to rest up and to think about the Seder, while we look at our homes, which are now Chametz free and clean, and there's nothing else for us to do, it's a real opportunity for us to think about what Chametz in our what is the Chametz in our life, right? What are the aspects of our life that we could do without? And we rid ourselves of them for the entire period of time so that when it comes to the rest of the year, we're more balanced. We have a more level approach to life. And that is a wonderful way to enter into Pesach. As I said before, normally the day before Pesach, we don't have time to think about the spiritual messages of the day. But this year we do, and this could be one of them. What does Chametz represent that we want to limit in our lives? And how can we do that? And how does Pesach allow us to do that if we see it representing those things? So with that in mind, I wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom. Well, first, I wish everyone a good day today. Today also could be hectic, Erev Shabbat, and getting ready for Pesach. I hope everyone is calm. I wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom, a beautiful and peaceful and restful Shabbat, and one that allows us to tap into the true meaning of Pesach. And a Chag Kasher V'Samech, a kosher and happy and joyous Pesach, a Pesach that brings us personal redemption, communal redemption, national redemption, and world redemption. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom.